afternoon and welcome to another episode of AUMcuisine. We are going to be making a fabulous hormonal balanced soup, which also is good for reducing blood pressure. So it's good for all of you. It's good for type 2 diabetes because it's got the beets in it, because I have the beets and the celery boiling in just water. Nothing else has been added as yet. It's also good for pregnancy, for all the trimesters. It's really good for the health of the baby. It also is good because of the presence of nitrates in the beets. It's really good for the flow of blood to the brain. And it's such an easy recipe to put together. To that, I'm going to be putting in some medicinal maitake mushrooms. So what I like about the medicinal maitake mushrooms is that they really contribute to the flavor of the soup, and it is so easy to make this soup. There is no oil involved. I am going to be spicing it with a little coriander powder. So this is Coriandrum sativum. Coriander powder is in there. I'm going to be putting in some garlic. Garlic and maitake together are really good to remove any type of infection. And that's what I love about it. And it just looks so beautiful. It looks like these little pieces just floating in this jewel sea, which is in this lovely color. Fantastic. So to this, I like adding some black pepper. A lot of people put turmeric in this recipe. I'm not quite a fan of turmeric in this flavor profile, but if you do like it, it's fabulous. And black pepper and turmeric together are fabulous together because the turmeric absorbs way better in the presence of black pepper. I'm going to be putting in some salt to taste and some red chili flakes. I don't want to go overboard on the red chili flakes, so just a teeny weeny bit would suffice. As this is cooking down, it's time to already add the mint leaves. It is a good idea for it to go on for about 5 to 10 minutes, based on the BTU of your stove. Beautiful. Smells divine. And it is so simple to put together. You saw me, it was so easy to do. Now the thing is that I would recommend two things for this, using your ball jar and a little ball jar white mouth funnel. You want to save some of the broth like so, because even when it's chilled, it's really good for a little pick-me-up. You can just have a shot glass of it every time you are in pain from periods, and if in case you feel like you need a quick pick-me-up, you can always save some for later. So I'm going to save a little for later, and I'm going to put the rest in here for a little taste test. So I have some lovely things in there. So I'm going to have the beets and the maitake, the celery and the mint, and a little bit of the garlic. That's it. So simple. Look at that. Beautiful. I just can't wait to try this. It's one of my favorite things ever. So I just threw in some microgreens in there. Now you want to be careful with microgreens when you're pregnant because sometimes you might not be responsive, so you should ask your doctor about it. But I just put in some microgreens here to add a burst of flavor, nutrition and color. It's perfect. It has the sweetness from the beets because I put a lot of beets in there. And look at the color of it. It's just delicious. Yum. And there we have the maitake making its entrance. Splendid. It is medicinal. It's light. It has beautiful flavor. And it's so good for you. Very nourishing. So another thing I would recommend is if you can make a batch once a week, it'll be really good for everybody in the house to have a shot glass every day. So here's to your immunity, your phenomenal health, and springing successes in your life. Until we meet again in another episode of AUMcuisine, this is Vaidya Priyanka.